Brian, Best here.
Colin, how you doing?
Yeah. So we are moving on to what would this be, like our sixth week of doing these devlogs?
Yeah, I think
so. It's been a while.
Yeah. Winter's over.
Winter's over. Spring has come. It's nice outside, really nice. And so last week we launched a new landing page for our site, as well as Colin made up a very nice, with the help of Molly. What's her last name?
Molly Dunbar. Huge thank you.
A really sick kind of video to just kind of show off what we want Phase to be and Phase to do. And that's available at phase.io or www.phase.io that you can see now. And we would really appreciate some feedback if you guys get a chance to. And then sign up for our email form and all that jazz. So the week that we have ahead of us for technology is we're going to get back into product development. We've been taking a little bit of a break. We've done some coding in the past, but we haven't really done a lot since then, and we have learned so much more since that point. So one of the things we've been doing here at UIT is working with something called Firebase, and this is back-end as a service kind of information. So one of the bigger problems I've been having is basically integrating things with Node and Mongo and bringing them out together. Firebase just makes it a heck of a lot easier for me to basically make a call and make something happen, and hopefully we can get something really, really pushed out really quickly. And what we want to push out is something that has very clear and easy to understand, just 3 points. What we want is a system that has a note taker, file upload, and then a reference area so that users can upload links to Lynda, to YouTube, to wherever they can find reference material for a work item. And then obviously something to encapsulate the entire project as well, so you can search through different categories or different work items. So that's the goal, and I'm not like, when we put the March 5th deadline of the first MVP, we ended up really, really, really running and, getting really upset and doing things with that because we couldn't meet it. So I'm not going to put a deadline on this, but I am going to make that my goal for the next week or so.
Yeah, it was kind of like the when we went with the March 5th deadline, it was kind of okay, here's an MVP, but the solution was really echoing out what our what are the clients? I'm trying to think of the word for it. Consultancy clients. It's what they wanted and saw from Phase.io, but it was kind of moving away from the opportunity that we saw with Phase.io, and I
don't want to spend a lot of time coding, especially because this could whole change with the pilot program,
which is pretty cool and exciting coming up. So we have a pilot program coming up, and my goals for the week involve finding out what we need from people and stuff. So I'm kind of, my head's going in like 12 different directions right now, but we're going to be taking on 5 small businesses here in Nova Scotia and working with them to fine-tune a solution for succession management. Not planning, but it's planning, on the job learning combined into one, succession management. It's been interesting. Like I was going after this I was hung up on student unions for a long time. I was really involved in student unions, and that was like my background. But bottom line is, you have midterms, projects, exams, graduation now, and the more I was trying to communicate with these people, the trickier it was getting, and the different direction that it started to move into. So that led into Fundica, which last week we touched on, and investors were really cool, and they're like, "This is an awesome idea," but you shouldn't be going after student unions out the gate. The market's too small, et cetera, come back for them later. So we're not abandoning student unions, but we're going to be working with people who have a little bit more time to deal with us. And with summer coming up, I don't know, it's just a lot.
There was a long thing with buying cycles with student unions as well. It would take weeks for them to get back to us. With a single business at this point, it's going to be the faster way for us to test, develop, and bring something out, which will eventually be brought back to the student unions themselves, which, I mean, if it works in the workplace, it's definitely going to work for student unions.
Yeah, like we're kind of hoping to move fast with this and stuff. And if you're dealing with like a student union, we were hoping to get in and start working with them in February or March before they go on to their 4-month summer, which is what we're getting into now. We're getting notifications now, but Yeah,
Yeah,
that work.
yeah. Goals for the week, Cole?
Yeah. What do we need? Questions. I'm trying to meet towards Monday mornings. Now I have set up that I will go meet with a financial advisor, and they will tell me kind of what we need in order to meet our funding goals. So that will tie into my goals for the week. So that's really getting into resource planning. What do we need? How much does it cost? Operation costs, financing. That's the kind of block I'm going to be working with this week. As well, we have our public relations, or not public relations, press release that we're going to be writing and submitting.
Yeah. So another week, another devlog. We'll see you guys on Monday.
See ya.